case involved a hookup on Snapchat. I'm actually using that language, but that's what it was. The girl snuck Giancarlo into a room and ended up getting pregnant. She subsequently, because I didn't want to make this a public thing. I mean, this is public because it's a public forum on YouTube, but I didn't want to do anything that would jeopardize
and me going to prison for 20 years. If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
The defendant, John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong, committed the offense of violation of sex offender registration in violation of condition number 1.
Because I feel as it would be wrong for me, because this is very serious. All right, defense, the court is in receipt of a motion for bond. Does he have a bond already set and you're just seeking a reduction?
it should be a reduction, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection to this proceeding as a motion for bond reduction, State, as opposed to a motion for bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, is your motion. You may proceed.
Your Honor, Giancarlo is under indictment for sexually assaulting, aggravated sexual assault. He is personally a very diminutive individual. He's been beaten up numerous times at the jail, had his nose broken, his glasses knocked off his face a couple of times. He believes he's in danger, and his father does as well. This particular case involved a hookup on Snapchat. I'm actually using that language, but that's what it was. The girl snuck Giancarlo into a room and ended up getting pregnant. She subsequently had an abortion, and the remains of the child indicated after a DNA analysis that Giancarlo was indeed the father. But it was Snapchat. So that's where we are. Right now, the bail is $85,000, and Mr. Armstrong is anxious to get his son out. Mr. Armstrong is the adoptive father. Giancarlo's birth mother was on drugs, and probably that was the source of what affected Giancarlo's mental condition. There's no problem other than this situation. He doesn't really have a problem with the law. And as I say, Mr. Armstrong is very interested in supervising him. Besides the documents that were sent, apparently I had the wrong email from Mike. He hadn't gotten them, although I did send them while I was waiting. His basic diagnosis at Laurel Ridge 2 years ago was bipolar 1. Subsequently, in the course of the treatment, they referred to a disruptive personality disorder and anxiety. And that's where we are. I'm just asking for a bond reduction that Mr. Armstrong can have him at home and in a safer environment.
All right, State.
Your Honor, the state would offer State's Exhibit number 1, State's Exhibit number 2, which is what the documents Ms. Connolly was referring to. If they're admitted, Ms. Connolly's recitation of the facts are just demonstrated within those exhibits.
All right. Any objections to State's Exhibits 1?
None, Your Honor. No.
State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. All right. State.
And Your Honor, we're just we oppose the reduction of the bond. This is a 13-year-old being impregnated by a 19-year-old. There's other ways of protecting this individual's safety within the custody of the Bexar County Jail, whether that be he placed in a different area of the jail, whether he be placed in some type of secured position. And so we believe that the bond amount is appropriate at this time. And so we're asking that the court deny the defense motion.
All right. The court hasn't heard any evidence on what bond amount is being requested. So what's the bond amount?
I think I requested, I believe, 10,000, Your Honor. Your Honor, do you want to hear from Mr. Armstrong? He's waving his hand at me. And
do you want to call Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, I will, Your Honor, if you don't mind.
All right. Mr. Armstrong, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Ms. Conley, do you have any questions for Mr. Armstrong?
Mr. Armstrong, your son is in the jail right now. He's on screen. What is your understanding about the safety conditions at the main jail?
I do know that he has gotten beat up once, for sure, with the broken nose. He's currently 19 in jail.
How
And
much does he weigh, sir?
I'm guessing about $125 right now. He weighed 185 a few months ago, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. He was about 185, but he's lost a lot of weight. I would like to make a correction on the ADAs. He said Giancarlo was 19 at the time of the incident. Giancarlo is 19 right now. At the time of the incident, it was 17.
How much did he weigh at the time of the incident? Was he 108 then or?
At the time of the incident, let's see, that was when he was 17. He had just graduated high school. He was about probably 175 to 180.
If he came home, what would you do to take care of him and assure that he doesn't leave the house or?
Well, we kind of made a plan already, some cleaning and things to fix up the house, try to renovate some things. He's really good handyman. He's made benches. He went to Construction Careers Academy when he was in high school. So we have stuff around the house to get done. We would probably just have him help with the yard work, do things around the house. I do have counselors already set up to come to the house and do virtual visits with him for counseling if he was released into our custody. We do have 4 other children, his brothers and sisters, and they all miss him terribly. And so we just wanted to be able to have him in our home and be able to have time. I have a 16-year-old daughter, a 11 or 12-year-old son, 11-year-old daughter, and a 7-year-old, 6-year-old. She just turned 6.
Has there ever been an incident or a problem with Giancarlo's interaction with those other children?
Never.
Pass the witness.
State?
So if he's 17 at the time of the offense and 19 now, and the victim is 13, she was 11 at the time of the offense?
No, my understanding, she was 13 at the time of the offense, from what I've been told. And I do know she did say she was 16 to him on Snapchat to get his attention.
Okay, so that makes it okay?
No, I never said it was okay.
Okay. Well, I just wondering what the relevance is at this point. I'll pass the witness.
The relevance.
There's no question, sir. Thank you, Judge.
That would be it, Your Honor. I believe she was 13 based on the records that Mr. Villarreal provided.
Yes, the court has read the state's exhibits 1 and 2, and the court is notating the age of all parties involved, so the court is aware of that. All right. So state, you're asking that the bond not be reduced?
Correct, Your Honor. We're asking that you deny the motion.
All right. And all right, this is what the court will do. The court is going to set the bond at $40,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There should be full GPS. Court will waive the fees. The defendant is to reside with Mr. Justin Armstrong. And here's the other thing. Court firmly believes that when people are placed at the Bexar County Jail or in any facility, they are there either because they can't make bond or either they're there to pay whatever debt to society that they owed. However, if there are issues with safety at the jail, then that is something that needs to be taken up with the Bexar County Jail. So that's something that either the defense attorney needs to inform the jail of, or either you, Mr. Armstrong, need to inform the jail and ask that you be placed in protective custody. Now, the issue with protective custody, Father Armstrong, is that sometimes people don't like protective custody because what that means is that you're in lockdown maybe 23 hours of the day, and they allow you out for an hour to exercise, but you're by yourself. I have no control over that. I'm not in charge with jail security. So, Ms. Conley, if there are issues with his protection at the Bexar County Jail, you need to let the Bexar County Jail know.
I've already reported the sheriff to his own internal affairs because I didn't want to make this a public thing. I mean, this is public because it's a public forum on YouTube, but I didn't want to do anything that would jeopardize the respect for the sheriff's office that I have, and I think other people do. I went directly to his internal affairs to keep it a quiet
And
matter.
then, Father Armstrong, if there are issues, you need to call someone. And Mr. Armstrong, if there are issues at the jail, you need to let someone know. And of course, since this has been brought to the court's attention, we will call this jail and let them know that it's been brought to the court's attention that there may be issues with Mr. Armstrong's safety. That will be done today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Father Armstrong, just know that this is the first time that this court is hearing that there may be safety issues at the jail. So
Yes, ma'am.
once we know that something has happened, we take it very seriously and we act upon it immediately. And the reason why it has not been acted on by this court is because we're just hearing it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if that would close the record,
Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 0686, State of Texas versus John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michael Villeria, the state.
for the defense?
Teresa Conlon.
And are you Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
Finding of sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, yes, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this was a bad, terrible mistake that Giancarlo made. Unfortunately, he's young and immature and didn't realize what he was exposing himself to by getting involved with someone blindly through Snapchat. I know he regrets what he did, and he's going to be a lot more careful in the future. I met with both of his parents, as he's adopted, and his grandmother. They're very supportive family. He's already signed up for 3 different alcohol and drug anonymous groups for counseling, and he's getting his own counseling through the family. The members of Cornerstone and the church itself, the people who have known him, have been very, very supportive. He's hoping to go to college. I hope that you accept the plea bargain that we made. If he does go to college, I would ask you to think about that in consideration of his community service hours.
Anything you wish to say?
Just that you allow me to go to college. I want to go to community college so I can start learning either sports kinesiology or plants and horticulture. So, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, you are welcome. All right, this is what the court is. How old are you now? I'm sorry.
19.
All right. So here's the thing. These cases, they are sort of like strict liability cases. The only question is the person underage? If they are, then that's it. But here's a hint for you. And this is something that young people should understand. Don't go over to a parent's house unless the parents know you're there. And it's best to walk through the front door instead of sneaking through a bedroom window or sneaking in at night and the parents not knowing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you employed? What are you doing with yourself?
At the moment, I've just been signing up for the Center of Healthcare Services and running classes and counseling. I've been trying to find a stay-at-home job. I'm almost 24/7 house arrest. So I'll be allowed to work. I have to start applying at places around me.
All right, what are we doing? Are you still on house arrest?
Yes, ma'am, 24/7.
All right, so what are we doing with the GPS for him?
Judge, I believe at this point, with the no contact order in place and the fact that these two unrelated individuals, it would be appropriate for him not to be on GPS full house arrest anymore, so that he'd be allowed to.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Are you still asking that he remain on GPS or can we remove the GPS?
It was not part of the plea bargain, Judge, and so as it was conditioned upon, my understanding is that it would be lifted.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. Agreed removal of the GPS. Take in consideration night bag number 650055. Chapter 62 registration. 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get that, but if you do, 40 of the hours will be deducted. I will deduct the remaining of the hours if he obtains a degree or some type of certificate for training, because he needs to figure out what he's going to do with the rest of his life. Sex offender unit supervision. No contact with Aslyn Brim. And is she having a child?
I'm sorry?
Is she having a child?
No, Judge, that was an aborted pregnancy.
All right, so no contact with Aslyn Brim. Proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting, in person or Zoom. Regular UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I'll pass.
Okay, so we're gonna do regular UAs. I'm going to, we're gonna do random UAs. And I'm gonna want a drug test today. And I'll grant you 8 years deferred adjudication. Probation, is there any, field visits? And we'll do field visits 2 times a month for 6 months. And if there are no issues in 6 months, we'll go down to field visits, regular 1 time per month.
Your Honor, if I may, he lives in a home. He has brothers and sisters younger than him.
Okay. Let probation know.
Thank you.
All right, probation, is there anything else that he needs?
Your Honor, will you repeat the field visits, please?
Field visits 2 times per month for 6 months. If there are no issues, then we'll go down to 1 time per month.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you need in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Mr. Villarreal, could you hand that to him? Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Armstrong, you made your life exceptionally harder because you have this on your record and you're gonna have to register. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Probation will speak with you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be
You
excused?
may be NP for not present.
He would have been outside in the hall, Judge. He was here 2 days ago for 3 hours, and I don't anticipate that it was anything intentional. I think he may have just been outside because he was texting me this morning while I was on a Zoom hearing. So apologies.
Okay. So we're here for a motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are both parties ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2022 CR 0686, State of Texas versus John Carlo Cisneros Armstrong. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
And Brian Defense.
Powers for Mr. Armstrong, Your Honor.
And are you John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you were placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0686 for the offense of aggravated sexual assault on June 14th, 2022 for a term of 8 years. Is that you,
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
This
Oh,
is-
I'm sorry. Off the record. This was reduced to attempted and it's not listed in the motion to revoke as attempted.
And we will stipulate to the attempted, Your Honor.
All right, so I will reread. All right, can we go off the record? Can you mute us, please?
In violation of condition number one,
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
violated condition number one, on or about the 12th day of August 2023 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong, committed the offense of failure to identify in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, we've waived the other violations alleged in the motions.
All right, any objections to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations, conditions 1 and 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violations 1 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor, the defendant has agreed to state ISF, Judge.
And that is the agreement, Your Honor.
Is this just state IS cognitive?
It is, Judge. We checked a couple of days ago, I believe it would be a 40-day wait inpatient and I believe a 90-day inpatient after that. So he's aware that he's looking at a commitment of 130 days.
All right. And is he eligible for state ISF?
Your Honor, he will be, I forgot to mention, he pled true to these two violations, but with the state is going to TIC the underlying.
All right. And what are the cause numbers?
Just-
You can cover them.
I've got them for you, Hank.
Oh, thanks.
Your Honor, one of them is 714734.
Mhm.
The other one is 714735. They were both out of the same incident.
All right. The court will find violations of 1 and 1 true. Probation, are you in agreement with this recommendation? All right. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include state ISF cognitive, take in consideration 714734 and 714735. Mr. Armstrong, is there anything else you need from the court so you can obey the rules and be a productive citizen?
May I speak on his behalf, Your Honor? He
No,
was,
I want to know if there's anything else he needs.
Oh, yeah, there's one thing, Your Honor. It's
Yes.
just if I may be able to attend church again.
Oh, no, we're not even at that point. We're at the point where you're on deferred adjudication. You're looking at 20 years in prison and you picked up 2 number ones. So what I'm trying to figure out is what is your thought process that you're not thinking and it's not at the forefront of your mind that you could be doing 20 years in prison? I'm sure your attorney has spoken to you about this. I don't take any joy or pleasure in sending the people to prison. When I place people on probation, I'm hoping that they're going to be successful. I want them to be successful. I want them to turn their life around. I don't want them to come back before me unless they're coming back before me to say, I've learned a lot. You'll never see me again for this. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm talking about in terms of that. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll sentence you to state ISF cognitive, taking consideration 714734 and 714735. Once you're released from state ISF, you need to immediately contact your probation officer. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record from here on out. Everything that you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, is this something that could potentially result? All right, are you all ready for this motion to revoke?
yes, we are, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
You all talked with probation?
We have, Judge. Actually, this was I don't know if you recall, but this was a case from last week where we had an MTR, I think on Thursday,
Mhm.
and we essentially pled to the 2 new number ones, and then he went off to ISF.
Yeah.
That exact same day, SAPD walked a warrant for not changing his address.
Okay.
And so he ended up going through MAG on that day for that. We have an agreement today where he pleads true to this new number one,
Okay,
and they will reject the other case so that he can continue on to ISF cognitive skills.
okay, awesome. All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 0686, State of Texas versus John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
And Brian Powers for the defense, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So he's actually on probation for attempted.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with regards to the motion to revoke, are there any motions?
Yes, Your Honor, we were just gonna go with violated condition number one.
That's
No.
true, but we are going to modify, Judge, and we agree to the stipulation to modify the charge from aggravated to attempted aggravated.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Any objection?
None from the state.
None from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. And you,
No objection, Your Honor. We have to change something in Mocha. That's where it's pulling from.
Okay.
So we need to just.
oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. We'll just remember to always change it. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Love and mocha. All right. Are you the same John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0686 for the offense of attempted aggravated sexual assault on June 14, 2022 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 14th day of August 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong, committed the offense of violation of sex offender registration in violation of condition number one.
All right, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
I plead true, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation condition number one, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's to continue the defendant to go to ISF. The state is going to take into consideration cause number CM 113260.
And that is the agreement, Your Honor.
All right, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will then find violation of number one true, deny the motion, alter amend conditions to include what was previously ordered, which was ISF cognitive, and take in consideration CM 113260. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. So, Mr. Armstrong, as you're aware, to be successful on probation in this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, let the court know. If you feel as though probation is not addressing that, you can always come into the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Neetha, can you bring your, well, let me see if I can move him to the main session.
Your Honor, may I approach you?
Yes.
I was replaced on the Kevin list.
This is a motion to revoke?
No, Judge, actually, this was a request, or I think a motion by possibly probation for Mr. Armstrong had made a request for him to be able to go move back in with his parents and his family and siblings. He's got a child who's, well, he's got the mother of his child is 7 months pregnant. He's been working at Amazon, so they're trying to save money by moving back in with the parents. He's working 30 hours a week at Amazon, about to get 40 hours. And so he's the sole support for the two of them. And I guess probation had sent something over and it was initially declined. And then y'all set a hearing last week for today.
Yes, let me see. Oh, have you seen the court summary from probation?
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print this out so you all both can look at it.
Okay, good.
But of course, it's probation's work product, so you all need to return it. So it's gonna come out on that printer over there.
Yes,
If
sir.
you'll take a seat, they're gonna review that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, of course.
And then everybody will know what's going on. Marco, don't put any more files up here. Unless it's a plea, otherwise we're taking our break. David Garcia Jr. All right, so on John Carlos Cisnero Armstrong. State, do you have any objections?
Yes, you do, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 0686, State versus John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong. have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, State Your Honor.
Brian Powers for the defense, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here, defense, you're requesting that his residence be moved, is that correct?
Your Honor, was a request by the defendant, and I am assisting him with that. Probation had sent a motion last week. I was notified of the hearing today, and so I'm standing for Mr. Armstrong.
All right. So the location that he's moving in, and I think everybody understands the court's concern as far as having children in the household of a certain age. So do y'all want to address that?
If I may, Judge, this case stems around when Giancarlo was in high school. He was 17, the complainant was 14. And this was a dishonesty about age situation. Nevertheless, it doesn't make him any less guilty of it. And he took responsibility, just as the summary shows, even today, he's still taking summary or accountability for his actions. At the bottom of the page, I believe it shows that's exactly what he's been doing. And what you see is you see that he's been doing better. He's been attending to his probation. Furthermore, he's been working actively with Amazon. He's about to get a promotion to where he's able to work full time. And this decision actually goes to his growing responsibility, and that he's got a baby on the way and he's trying to basically save whatever money he can to be able to support, give that kid a good life. And so that's the purpose behind him moving in with the family, so that can help to alleviate some of the bills. So that's why we're asking, Judge. I mean, if the court feels the need to assign any other safeguards, I guess, he's doing polygraph, he's doing his homework, doing everything that he's supposed to be doing for his SO education. So we just ask that the court take that into consideration.
State.
Judge, the state's position is that obviously because of the actual what he's on probation for and the ages of the other minors that are in the household, plus we don't have any testimony from anybody in that household, whether he should be allowed back there or not. But the main concern is obviously the age of the minors that are in that household.
I can speak as an officer of the court that I've been in touch with his father, as well as he has family members who are in this court today who are standing beside him because.
All right, so let me just tell everyone what my issue is and what I need to make a decision. What I need to make a decision is not here today. This is what, in the court summary, it says that the treatment provider can't make a recommendation on his request because they need certain assessments to be done. So once those assessments are done and I have a recommendation from the treatment provider, if the treatment provider says no, I'll still keep an open mind to consider certain things, but I will not move forward on this without a recommendation either way from the treatment provider. Because I feel as it would be wrong for me, because this is very serious. And it would be wrong for me in my role as protecting society to move forward when your treatment provider says they can't give a recommendation on your request because there are certain things that you need to do. So once that assessment is done, you can reapproach and I'll reconsider.
And can we send that directed to probation to be able to make those assessments, Judge?
Let's go off the record for a moment. Ms. Ferguson.
Will do.
All right, thank you. Okay, why does this show that his status is transferred to TDC? I don't know why that's there. Brian? In Odyssey, it says that your client was transferred to TDC.
Is that a date?
No, it's Odyssey. Of course, it wouldn't have a date, but you may want to check in to make sure there's no issue.
Last year,
I can take a look.
yeah, we had an MTR, and that was what did it. I think that might have been, if anything to do
And
it,
if you'll return that to
that
probation.
is just Odyssey being,
Being Odyssey.
yeah,
Yeah.
with two Ds. So.
Take a look.
Yeah, figure it out. I'm gonna go let them know.